GSC finally released the roadmap of Stalker 2 that they've been promising. However, they couldn't really deliver. They only released a quarter of the roadmap, which is fine. I mean, I think it's way better in my opinion, because like the game has so much things that needs to get fixed that I assume that it's really hard to make like a whole year worth of fixes, right? So it's way better to cut it down in quarters or in thirds. So as you can see, it says quarter 2 of 2025. The checked one here are basically what they did in the first quarter of 2025. So let's get into it real quick. We have critical A-Life fixes. Again, this is good. They did fix most of the issues of A-Life. However, A-Life is not completely fixed yet, but they do mention it here, so they do know that it's not fully fixed yet. So, fair enough, right? Ongoing stabilization and visual improvements. Difference from launch day is insane, so fair enough. They did, the game is now actually playable than it was on launch day, so fair enough. This is really good. Free Lodochka and other blockers removal. This is basically something related to the main story. I'm not gonna spoil it. And other blockers, I assume they meaning like progression blockers, soft locks in the story, and things like that. They did fix most of the progression blockers and soft locks. However, there's still some issues with like main quest stuff. Some people are still complaining about like not being able to do certain quests in the main line and all that. So there is still some problems, but they did fix most of it, which is really good. And then we have new controller ability. Well, I mean, controllers are a joke to fight anyways. Their new roar ability is just like whatever. And squirrels, well, nobody cares. Now we get to the juicy part. This is basically the quarter 2 of the roadmap. We have the biggest ones is the beta mod SDK kit, the A-Life and IA update, and Mutant Loot, and further stabilization, optimization, and anomalies basically fixing, right? These are the big ones. We have the beta mod SDK kit, close beta with mod makers to test the mod kit, release beta mod kit, the SDK, then they will release a mod guide, mod IO and Steam workshop integration. Now this is really good, but also counterintuitive to what they're trying to do, because it's basically spreading the resources, and that's not smart at this point of development. So technically, like, it's good that they're releasing this, because mods are being made anyways, with or without the official mod support. So might as well release the SDK, right? So that people actually can fully customize the game, which is nice. But on the other hand, the game is way far from being finished, and what that means, a lot of patches will be coming, right, and frequently too, and the mods that are gonna be made with this mod kit will have like a really high chance of breaking with each patch, and they have to basically support the modders to fix basically the breaking, the stuff breaking. The modders themselves need to update the mods, and everything is just gonna be a disaster. So technically it is good that they're releasing it, because mods are being made anyways, but on the other hand, as I said, a lot of patches are coming, and yeah, it's gonna break the mods anyways, so it's gonna be it's gonna be a disaster, right? However, it is pretty good. It's overall a good thing. I would prefer they would leave it way later, until like they fix the game, then the game like is completely fixed, everything is good. Then they release the SDK to basically allow modders to mod the game even more. But again, this is a special case, so it's whatever, right? It's a good thing overall though. Then we have A-Life AI updates. We have persistent A-Life improvements. So this is basically, as they said here in the blue pen, stalkers live their happy life, as it should be. Okay. We have smarter human combat, better cover, really good. They need to use more cover, because how the NPCs fight is so dumb. Flanking news, they need to be flanking more, for sure. Limited grenades, I don't technically agree on this. I don't really find it annoying personally, because, I mean, someone is behind cover, you throw a grenade to get him out of cover, right? It's logical. But maybe it's annoying for some people, and for the fun of the game, maybe limiting it a little bit would be nice, right? Then we have mutants eat corpses. Okay, that's really good. Mutants react to threats. Basically, this is just like the mutant AI. What you need to add on top of this is basically rebalancing the mutant health pool and armor along like the whole game, right? And also giving a mutant more abilities, like not just one ability or two abilities. Make mutants have like 3 or 4 abilities to make the combat actually like dynamic, random, and more predictable, right? Because you fight mutants, you already know what they're gonna do, and it's really predictable. Even with the new ability for the controller, you know what he's gonna do. You just gotta rush him and you just gotta kill him first, right? It's very easy. So it's like, it's really unpredictable, and they need to do something about it. Also, they did promise like mutants would have like a different set of abilities depending on which environment they would live in. That's not still not in the game apparently, except for like certain mutants, but that's what they should probably do. So this is what's in the A-Life and AR updates. What they also should do is the next point, which is Mutant Loot. This is really good that they are finally adding this. There's already a mod doing this, but hopefully what they are planning to add will have a better integration with the game systems, like maybe like NPC quests, giving you like tasks to bring certain mutant parts. Also, I hope they basically re-add the cut content for like the NPC that has like a I think he has like a hunting spot in Rostock, like that empty bench with like hunting to trinkets and the cat and all that. That was apparently cut. That was supposed to be a hunter, I think. So hopefully they add him back so you can get like some mutant hunting missions from him and all that. So that's really good. This is a really big one, so you actually have a reason to go and hunt mutants, so you actually get at least a little bit of your ammunition back, right? So this is really good. Shader compilation skip, I personally didn't have any problems with shader compilation, only a few times after updates, but a lot of people do have problems with shader compilation, so that's cool that they're actually adding a skip to the shader compilation, which is really cool. Player stash window increase, I'm pretty sure there's a mod doing this. Widescreen aspect ratio support, also there's a mod doing this. 2 new weapons, that's kind of fine, but what we really need is like a lot of other things. Like there's way more important things to put instead of these points here, like better flashlight, NVGs, more item variety, reworking the stamina system so you don't have to chug 20 energy drinks to go from like point A to point B, right? Redoing like for example the stash loot. The stash loot is very underwhelming. Like there's very little variety to the stashes. Like the most good ones are the journalist stashes, which are not basically in the original game. So there's a lot of other things. Also, like they need to rework the climbing system. Like Skiff is supposed to be an ex-soldier. It feels like you're playing with a 90-year-old man, basically, who cannot even like climb anything that is above waist height, right? So they really need to put like so many other things, like binoculars too, for example. But also that ties to the point in which, like, if they do rework the climbing system, for example, they need to rework the whole game, basically, because the whole game is technically open world, but it's not open world, right? Because, like, it's really just set on like a linear story, and a lot of the locations that you can explore, you can only explore them after you do a certain main quest, right? And certain locations will only be explorable during certain missions too, and going from area to another area. You need to finish the main story quest first to go to the next point. So there's a lot of like limitations. For example, the radiation death walls, when you go to Pripyat, like there's a specific route you need to take. If you stray too much, there's a radiation death wall. Red Forest too, if you go where you're not supposed to, there's a radiation death wall. Like there's so many limitations to how you can explore the game that is just, it breaks the immersion completely. And that's why, like, if they want to rework the climbing system, like they would have to rework the whole like story stuff with it, right? So I do understand that's kind of pretty hard a little bit. But also they need to add like some side quests, some actual good side quests, some big side stories for like big factions, for example the Freedom or Duty or whatever, because like they feel like side factions, like that don't matter at all, almost, right? Which is sad to see, to be honest. But yeah, as you can see, like there's a whole other, like there's a whole stuff that you can put instead of these. But then again, I do understand this is only quarter 2, so there's quarter 3 and 4 coming, so hopefully they do include these changes in the next roadmaps, right? So yeah, we got 2 new weapons, as I said, pretty cool. More the better. Further stabilization optimization and anomalies fixing. This is a big one because, let's be honest, the optimization for this game is a complete disaster. Okay, everyone's complaining, everyone has it. It's a disaster, it's not optimized. Like, as I said, they could like instead mention like hardware ray tracing instead of the software ray tracing, which is trash, right? And it needs to be well implemented, otherwise it will cause optimization issues, and it is causing optimization issues. So they need to switch to hardware ray tracing and solve the problem, right? Well, at least part of the problem, let's be honest. It's Unreal 5 anyways. But yeah, like they need to optimize the game. But again, the order of these points should be like as I said, the Mod SDK Kit should be here, and the Stabilization Optimization should be the first one here instead, because you need a good base. Like, yeah, you did fix the critical issues that the game had, so you made it at least playable, right, which is good. Now you need to stabilize and optimize the game. You have to optimize what you already have, what's already basically out for the public, right? You have to optimize that first, build a good base, and then start adding things on top of it and optimizes them one by one, right? Instead of just adding to the trash pile, just adding and keep adding and keep adding for a whole year, and then trying to stabilize and optimize everything, right? Which is not very productive, I would say. But again, this is up to them. But this is really, really good. I hope they do optimize the game, right? And the last thing, which is Stalker Original Trilogy Next Gen Update. I don't know why they put this here. This is basically the Legends of the Zone, the trilogy for the console. They're gonna basically just port, or at least most of it, just put it on the PC version, like all the improvements, the graphical improvements and all that they did for the console versions, they're gonna put it on PC and maybe even more, right? We don't know, right? Which is really good, but again, this is another way of splitting your resources, which is not smart, right? They have to fix their game first. Putting this here is kind of a joke, to be honest. I mean, if they put it, for example, in quarter 4 at the last roadmap of the year, and they put it like as the last thing, then yeah, that's cool. Like, you already fixed your game as much as possible, the game is in a good state, then you put this at the end and you're like, yeah, that's cool. But putting it in quarter 2 when your game is like barely functional, right? Well, not barely, let's be honest. It is playable, but you still have a really long way ahead of you. Why would you split your resources focusing on remaking the trilogy, right? So put your game at a really good state first and finish the things that you promised, for example, A-Life 2.0, the official modded support, the multiplayer that we have no clue about yet, right? The promised 2 story expansions that were coming as well. Those we don't know about them, if they are in the works yet or not. There's a lot of things that we don't know about, right? And they come and put this here, which is split in resources, which is not cool, right? But again, that's pretty cool to see though, because the original trilogy is like the main pillar of Stalker, right? Which is really nice. And the last thing, which is mission targets, may be moved from Q2 to later dates in case of zone instability. This is the classic disclaimer, the classic we are making promises we probably cannot keep, so this is a disclaimer. Don't take this 100% accurately. So yeah, this is your classic disclaimer here, which is fine. Alright, so this is basically the roadmap. Again, this is pretty decent. I mean, it's not really anything impressive, but again, keep in mind that this is only Q2, and if they mean, for example, well, the beta mod SDK kit is fine, but if they do actually mean like by A-Life and AI updates, if they do mean they're gonna completely fix the A-Life and make it supposed to work as they promised and as they marketed, right? If this is what they mean they're gonna do, and if they mean like by further stabilization, optimization, and anomalies fixing, if they mean like they're gonna completely not rework, but like completely fix the optimization, stabilize the game, put hardware ray tracing instead of software, do all that, if they're gonna do this in like 3 months, which is a quarter of a year, right? If they're gonna do it in 3 months, that is insane, right? So if they actually do that, if that's what they mean they're gonna do, then this is insane, right? But from the description, it doesn't seem like it, so I'm not really sure. But yeah, so just keep your hopes up for what's to come. But then again, I wouldn't really expect much from this. Again, just keep your expectations low. If we take a look, for example, here, let's all remember this, okay? Okay, so yeah, keep your expectations low. Don't get too hyped up. Just tread lightly, let's just say that. But yeah, as you can see, I'm with my headset. I just got the update and I was like, yeah, let's just make a quick video about it. I hope this was helpful. I'm actually, let me see. I'm actually playing Stalker Gamma right now. Right? I'm trying to replay a little bit to prepare for the, like an ultimate beginner's guide to Stalker Gamma. Like a lot of people start Stalker Gamma and it's very overwhelming, and basically the game does not explain a lot to you, and most people quit at the start, right? So I'm trying to prevent that. I'm trying to like prepare a little bit for the like plan like which points to talk about and all that. So this is pretty cool. I mean, Stalker Gamma is a really cool mod. But yeah, this is basically what I'm doing right now. I was playing and I was like, yeah, let's just do a quick video about the roadmap. But yeah, again, this is it. If you want to basically install Stalker Gamma and you don't know how to, then there's an installation and how to update video that I made. You can click on it right here and you can check out other Stalker videos right here as well. So thank you so much for watching. I hope this was helpful. If it was, please give it a like and subscribe. And yeah, of course, good hunting, Stalkers. Alright, let's go.